Booktube, Sarah here, and welcome to my channel. Today I'm coming to you with my September 2018 TBR. Say it with me, everybody. It's TBR time! Yay! You guys know how much I love this. So, I was so thrilled when I saw on Monday or Tuesday, that the Triple RC had put up their September list, and I'm like, I couldn't wait to get home from work and just start, like, plugging away at it. So I actually have 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 books to talk about, guys. So, I'm not going to talk a lot about what all these books are about, but I'm going to give you my TBR. Of course, links will be in the description box to all the books that I talk about, so please do feel free to go ahead and click on them if any of the covers look appealing to you, or anything sounds good to you. So yeah, let's jump in and get started. So, if you are new to my channel, I base my TBR around challenges that I do every month. I participate in 2 challenges. The first one, oh, and Bernard is joining us. Hi, Bean. Oh, I'm sorry. He wants to go look out the window. There you go, sweetheart. Sorry. Disturbed by cats. So nobody wants to see your back end. So anyway, let's cover that up. So the first challenge that I participate in every month is the Triple RC Challenge, and that is the Romance Readers Reading Group on Goodreads. And I just love the way he opens that. So anyway, they put out a challenge every month, and they give you 10 prompts. And from those 10 prompts, you need to pick a book per prompt. And I always say that it does not have to be a romance novel. These challenges and prompts are so open-ended that you could really fit pretty much any book. Or, you know, you could find a book from any genre to fit within some of these prompts. So, I go through each one. And I let you know what book I picked. Sorry. I'm tired, guys. So the first one is S's for September. Read a book that starts with an S, or a book whose author's first or last name starts with S. And I am going to be getting the last book in the Love at the Chocolate Shop series, and that is Sweet Dreams Baby by C.J. Carmichael. So I'm very excited to finish up this series. I've thoroughly enjoyed reading it over the last year, so yeah, that one will be fun. The next one is Olympian Gods and Goddesses. Every month they pick a different god or goddess to kind of pick prompts for. And this one is for Hermes, I think is how you say it. That just sounds like Kermie to me. Kermie. Miss Piggy vibes. I am definitely tired, guys. I apologize. Let's try and rein it in, and we'll get this done. Hermes was considered a trickster due to his cunning and clever personality. He primarily served as a herald or messenger of the gods. He was born in the cave, that's completely different, cave on a mountain in Arcadia. He was conceived and born within the course of one day. There's a lot of pregnant people out there who wish they could have done that too. Read a book with a character who has wings. Read a book with a scarf on the cover. So these are all the different prompts you can pick. Read a humorous book, a comedy that makes you laugh, or read a standalone or the first book in a series. So I actually picked this one as a standalone, but it also, the woman on the cover is actually wearing a scarf on her head, and that is Cocoa Beach by Beatrice Williams. This is from the library. I'm going to be listening to it on audio from the library. I'm trying to remember exactly how I came across this one. I can't remember, to be completely honest, but I did find it. It was available at my library, so I decided to read it, and it looks really, really cute. It's a 1940s historical, I think, and it takes place in like a summer beach town, so it sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm very much looking forward to it. The next one is the featured author challenge for this month is Loretta Chase, and it's read a book written by this month's featured author or by any author with her first or last name. So you're just making all the rounds, aren't you, Bernard? So I wasn't up to reading this month's featured author because she's an author I haven't started yet. She's historical, and I love historical romance novels. You guys know this. But I just wasn't in the mood to start another series, and a lot of her books are series books, and I had other things that I wanted to read. So they give you other options. So the other options are, you may also read a book set in New England, or by an author who is from New England, because this author is from New England. You can also read any book originally published in 1987 or shelved as a historical romance. So that's where I'm going. So shelved as a historical romance is The Danger of Desire by Sabrina Jeffries. This I'm going to be listening to from Scribd. It is I think it's the 3rd book in a series, so I didn't write all this down, guys. I think it is the 3rd book in the original Sinner series, maybe? I can't remember. But it's a highly enjoyable very scandalous, story jumping cats. You know, a lot of adult content, but a lot of fun. I am very, very much looking forward to reading this one. Category number 4. September is Hispanic Heritage Month. Hispanic, Heritage Month actually crosses between September 15th and October 15th and gets its roots back in 1968. It begins on the anniversary of independence of 5 Latin American countries: Costa Rica, El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras, and Nicaragua. Mexico, Chile, and Brazil also celebrate their independence days during this period. So the prompts are: read a book set in one of the above Spanish-speaking countries or with a character who's from one of these countries. Read a book with a character who speaks any other language. Or read a book with a mostly green cover, and that's for National Guacamole Day, which is September 16th. So I went with a green cover because it was kind of the easiest for me to be able to find something for. And I'll be reading another book part of a series, and this is actually a cozy mystery, and it is Charms and Chocolate Chips by Bailey Cates. This is part of the Magical Bake Shop mystery series, and it's super cute. I'm getting this one on audio from my library as well, and I'm thoroughly looking forward to it. I adore this series. It's got that great little supernatural element to it, but it's still a great cozy mystery. Highly recommend it. Category number 5, National Skyscraper Day, September 3rd. Skyscrapers are truly engineering and architectural marvels. With so many crowded cities, space is limited and real estate prices are ever increasing, so building up becomes more and more logical. The tallest skyscraper in the world, I'm not going to be able to say this, it's in Dubai, and it's 2,717 feet. That is craziness to me. I would definitely want to go up to the top and look over because I am not at all afraid of heights. I think that would be pretty awesome. It says, read a book with a building or buildings on the cover, which is what I have done. Also, you could read a book with a wealthy character, a book with a number in the title, but a series number doesn't count, so you can't read like book 4. And it covers that's mostly silver or gray. So, like I said, I'm going for one with a building on the cover, and that is Security Breach by Margaret Daly. This is another one for my Stacking the Series challenge. This is the Capital K9 Unit series, which is a love-inspired romance, so it is, or love-inspired suspense, excuse me. So it's a clean, inspirational romance, but I'm really enjoying this series, so this one's going to be great. Category number 6, National Read a Book Day, September 6th. This one's a given. Take time out of your busy life and relax with a good book. It doesn't matter where you read that book as long as you do so in comfort. And if you doze off along the way, we won't tell anyone. You're so cute. So the prompts are: read a book with a character who is a librarian, loves to read, or is a writer. Read a book with book or books on the cover, or read a book just because. So I'm actually going to be reading What the Librarian Did by Karina Bliss. This is a Harlequin super romance novel. And for some reason, I've had my eye on this book for a long time. That cover, I think, is super duper adorable. So I think this is going to be kind of an opposites attract romance story, so I'm very much looking forward to it. And she is a librarian. Category number 7 is National Stay Away from Seattle Day, which is September 16th. This was just too coincidental to pass up. Stay away from my hometown day on my birthday. So this is not me reading this. I'm reading it. But this isn't me who wrote this. This is the person who's, every month they have somebody different host the challenge. So this is the challenge hostess. So I'm not from Seattle. I'm from Toronto. You might be surprised to learn that this admittedly weird holiday is actually a very pro-Seattle day. This holiday, jokingly invented by comedian Tom Roy, who had never even been to Seattle, was designed to give the city a little breather from all the people rushing to stay there. Odd for the tourist city that loves to share their secrets and economy with visitors. So your prompts are: read a book set in the Pacific Northwest. It says bonus back pat if it's set in Seattle. Read a book where a character is a musician or with a guitar on the cover. Read a book with rain or water on the cover. Or read a book that includes travel to or a vacation. So the book I'm going to be reading is A Million Little Things by Susan Mallory. This is the 3rd book in the Girls of Mischief Bay series. This one takes place on the West Coast, but not the Pacific West Coast. It's in the South. It's California. But there is water on the cover, so that's why I am including it. I'm very much looking forward to this one. Category number 8. Oktoberfest begins September 21st. Oktoberfest is a 2-week festival held in Munich, Bavaria, in Munich, Bavaria, Germany. Well, it is a giant world festival in Germany. Oktoberfest celebrations are held around the world during this time. I think we have one in Toronto too. It's not just a celebration of beer. It's a huge festival with lots of food, music, dancing, rides, and carnival booths. The first Oktoberfest was held on October 12, 1810, and commemorates the marriage of Crown Prince Ludwig to Princess Therese. I did not know that. The marriage was celebrated annually and became to be known as Oktoberfest. The festivals were eventually moved to mid-September as the weather is better in earlier fall. True fact. The prompts are, read a book with a mug, cup, or stein on the cover. Read a book with royalty in the story. Read a book with a character who works with drinks or food. Or read a book set in Europe. Bonus back pat if it's Germany. So I'm actually reading one where the main character is a bartender, so he works with drinks. And that is Undeniably Yours by Shannon Stacy. This is on audio from the Audible Romance Package. I adore Shannon Stacy. This is book number 2 in the Kowalski series. I love this series. If you guys like small time, like family contemporary romance, because this follows like the same family. Oh my gosh, the last one was about one of the brothers. This is about the other brother. I love this series. I love her humor. Fantastic. I absolutely recommend this series if you have not read it. Category number 9, I love this. Hobbit Day, September 22nd. It's the birthday of Frodo and Biblo. I've never read, I've read The Hobbit, but I've not read The Lord of the Rings. Biblo Baggins, I think? You guys are going to correct me in the comments, I know that. 2 of the main Hobbit characters from Lord of the Rings. Hobbits are the little guys, but they're the heroes of the Lord of the Rings movies and books, performing great acts of heroism and courage. Notably, hobbits go around barefoot and eat 7 meals a day. My cats often ask for second breakfast as well, so maybe they're little hobbits. They also like to dance, have parties, and enjoy fireworks. So the prompts are, read a book with bare feet or a bare foot on the cover, which is actually what I did. Read a book with a celebration as part of the story. Read a book tagged a fantasy or a sci-fi. Or read a book told from the hero's point of view. And the book I'm picking is The Barefoot Summer by Carolyn Brown. This one's also coming from Scribd on audio, so looks super adorable. Just a small town romance, I believe. And the last one is Reader's Choice, read any book of your choosing, and that is The Deputy's Redemption by Dolores Fawson. This is another one from my Stacking the Series challenge, the Sweetwater Ranch series that I'm working my way through. So, yeah, nice cover on that one. I very much like it. It's an intrigue, I believe. So, that's the first challenge that I do. The second challenge isn't as long, I assure you. It is the What to Read in 2018 challenge, and essentially with this one, this is with the A Million More Pages group on Goodreads. You get 42 prompts, and each month I kind of random number pick a couple prompts that I haven't done yet, and then you kind of just read the prompt, pick a book to go with it, and away you go. So for this one, I picked prompt number 9, and that is sort your TBR to show 40 books per page, and sort from author A to Z, read one book from the first page. So I'll be reading Running Wild by Susan Anderson. I believe this is the 4th book in a series, 3rd or 4th book in a series. And it is part of the Audible Romance Package, so that's how I'll be listening to it. You guys are going to notice there's a lot of audiobooks. The reason is because for my review books, they're all ebooks, so I needed to kind of balance it out a little bit. The next one is task number 8, which is pick any book that you rated 5 stars. Go to that book page and scroll down until you see lists with that book. Click on any of those lists and pick another book from that list to read. So I actually just picked Map of the Heart by Susan Wiggs, which you guys know I gave 5 million stars to. And I can't remember the list that I picked this off of. I didn't write it down. But the book I'll be reading is The Cafe by the Sea by Jenny Colgan. This one I'm also getting on audio from my library. And it looks really cute. I have actually never read this author, but I've heard a lot of great things about her. And I think I actually had this book on one of my anticipated reads lists, so I'm very much looking forward to getting to it. And the last task that I picked this month is click Explore. Choose a genre listed under my favorite genres. I picked historical romance. Click on the genre name and read a book off that list. So I looked at the new releases for historical romance, and the book that I just mentioned in my weekly reads for my book haul is What Ails the Earl by Sally Mackenzie. I'll be reading this one as an ebook. I just bought it like a week or 2 ago, so I'm thoroughly excited about getting to it. It's the first in the Widow's Brew series, so that should be fantastic. So the next little bit here that I have, the next couple books, actually the next book I should tell you guys is my TBR jar pick. I call it my TBR jar pick, but it's my anticipated reads jar pick. And that book is Sugar Pine Trail by Rayanne Thame. I think it's book number 7 in the Haven Point series. In my last video, I'm pointing because the jar's right over there. In my last video, I just picked it from my anticipated reads from September of 2017, so this one will be read this month, so that's that book, excuse me. Series Ketchup. So I've changed things around. I mentioned a couple weeks ago that I started keeping track of books that I was like partway through the series, like especially for like now that I'm allowing myself to read more books out of order. I've started a spreadsheet so I can kind of keep track which books I've read in what series. So that way when I go to read a book, I'm not picking one that I might have already read, or I'm wondering, did I read book 2 or did I not read book 2? Yes, I know I could very easily check Goodreads, but I like having everything on a spreadsheet because I like to be organized that way. So what I've actually changed up now, what I used to do is I used to pick a book from a series that I started prior to 2018, and then a series I am reading through in 2018. But what I've done now is I'm picking one that I have for an ongoing series. So essentially books that I started with the first book, and I'm working my way through it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I picked a book from the series where I've been jumping around. So here's the 2 books. So the first one from the ongoing series is Lassoed by Fortune by Marie Farinella. This is book 3, I think, in the Welcome to Horseback Hollow series, The Fortunes of Texas. Again, this one will be on ebook, so this one will be a lot of fun. It is a Harlequin special edition novel. And the book that I am missing, like from the ones that I'm jumping around in, is going to be Big Sky Country by Linda Leal Miller. This one is I'm getting from the Audible Romance package. It's the first book in the Parable Montana series, and I read book number 2 or 3. I read book number 3 back in August, or this month I should say. It's still August. I read that book in August. So now I'm going back to book number 1. So now I have a few review books to talk about. I have 4 of them. All of them are from NetGalley. I do not know if I'm going to have any books from Read Bliss to read for any videos for that, so I don't have those yet. If and when I do get them, I will definitely let you guys know. But for right now, I've just got my NetGalley books that I have, and two of them are Christmas books, you guys. So that will take me up to, is that 3 Christmas books? 3 Christmas books in September. That'll be fun. So the first book is Do or Die Cowboy, and this is by June Favor. Check out that cover, you guys. These covers are all spectacular, by the way. So this is like, it's a contemporary romance. Looks like it's going to be really good. The next one is Winter Cottage by Mary Ellen Taylor. I believe this is more a women's fiction novel, but the cover and the premise really appeal to me. It's about second chances and you know, family and friends and things like that. So that one looks like it's going to be really good. Next one, Rocky Mountain Cowboy Christmas. And this is by Katie Ruggles. I am very much looking forward to this one. Again, can we talk about that cover, you guys? I may or may not have picked these ones on NetGalley because of the covers. Very good chance that's exactly why I picked these books. Cowboy, contemporary romance, Christmas novel. We're checking all the boxes at this point. And the last one is The Christmas Wishing Tree by Emily March. The publisher actually contacted me and asked if I would be interested in reviewing this one, and I immediately jumped on it and said yes. This is another one I think would be more a women's fiction slash contemporary romance. So yeah, it looks like it's going to be really, really cute, and it's a Christmas story. And you know what? I kind of like that I'm going to be able to tell you guys about Christmas books prior to the Christmas season, so that way you guys know if you're interested in going out and checking something out, you absolutely can. So anyway, that long video, I do apologize for the length, you guys, is my September TBR. It is subject to change, as I always like to say. So please let me know in the comments below if you guys have read any of these books and what you thought about them. And until my next video, guys, take care and happy reading. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Bye.